Hello everybody and welcome back to quite an exciting video that is going to be ever so slightly sideways unless I correct it. We're finally going to be starting work on my Ritewing mini Drak. It's been sat on the shelf, that's a tongue twister, for quite a while. I actually bought this just before the first time we were meant to Brexit, but of course got delayed because I didn't want to, because at that point we're heading towards a no deal. I didn't want to pay extra tax on a model that was already very expensive. I bought it from Germany. What was the place called? Flying Machines in Berlin, Germany. Yeah, I can't remember how much it was. Probably a lot. But yeah, here are the main three foam parts. You have, of course, two wing panels. This is moulded EPP, and was the model that started a lot of things like the E-Wings company sort of did similar things. Your darts came from Drak. There's one over there that needs throwing away, and I've got the big one and the 250G. What's really good with these is they are able to go quite fast as well as also do medium range, so they're quite an all-rounder, and because of this construction they will take a beating. It will be laminated, and once it's laminated I'm then going to put like carbon fibre vinyl on top of it, I think, similar to what Painless 360 did on some of the E-Wings models, and I think on his Drak and a few others. That seems a lot better. I have that Vortini, which I still haven't finished, that is I sort of bought as a precursor to this so I could try laminating. But yeah, what do you get in the box? I'm not showing you the box because it still has the address on it. You also get, of course, other than the three wing panels, you get a box of bits, or a bag of bits. So you've got some sort of claw nuts and screws. These are for holding on all the little sort of bays and the canopies and stuff. And you have the motor mount and the ball of Velcro. So this motor mount goes in there and gets glued in, and then this bolts to that. We also have a bundle of core flute parts. So this is the type of stuff that they use to make for sale signs out of. So you've got some vertical fins, you've got the canopy, you've got some other little doohickeys, I don't know what they do. This is an optional extra. This is the control rod set, and they're 3D printed, which I didn't know. I thought it came with a proper deluxe branded hardware, but clearly not. But that's everything to make up the control rods. We've got two sort of random strings of foam. I believe what they're for, without checking the video on the build, is once you've got the carbon rods in there, you glue them on top. But again, we'll have to look at that at a later date. Speaking of carbon rods, we have a massive amount of them, so much that they were sort of bent round in the box. You've got loads of this sort of small 2mm stuff, and then you've got a single, is it a single? Yeah, a single sort of big thick carbon bar. Oh no, there is two of them. The other one stops there for the wings. And last but not least, yeah, we have some sort of wooden wedge to do the ailerons. I'm not sure if you have to cut a pat into these or they are just as they are. If they're just going to be bits of wood, like the flat ones on the Vortini, I was going to CNC them, but because they're wedge, it's a little bit more complicated. Now, one thing you might be missing is a manual. Now, Team Legit, who seem to be the American people who deal with Ritewing, have got a very comprehensive build video, so similar to what I did with the FT, I keep forgetting the name, FT Goblin. I'm going to be watching their video on the laptop and going along with it. In terms of other information for what to put in here and stuff, I'll be referring to both Team Legit, of course, Rag the Nuts off Matthew Ogborn, as well as Painless 360. I don't think he has one of these, but he has a Nano Drak and some of the E-Wing stuff, so while it's not going to be exactly the same, it's close enough. Now, in terms of equipment, so to get it flying, I have some high-tech servos. Let me just go and grab some stuff. In fact, actually, I'll pause this for a second. Be back in a moment. Okay, so I'll grab some of the stuff for the flying. So for the motor, I actually bought originally some Hobby King. I'm going to swap something just a second. Right, I've got the camera in a better place now, and depending how I've edited this, this will be hopefully easier to understand. So I did actually originally buy a Hobby King motor for this. It was the same spec, it was just 800 kV, But I thought, you know what, for this model, let's treat ourselves and get the recommended stuff. So this is a Cobra motor. I bought 2 of these because they were on sale. So there we are. 2814 B1017 kV. Innovative designs, that's where I bought them from. Bought 2 of them because I think the other one's going to go in my Funjet, FPV Funjet. Servos are the digital mini, so they're not standard, they're not micro, they're mini, the 5245s. I've used these in like extreme flight, 60 size, 3D planes before, and they're brilliant. 5.5 kilo, that's what they recommend, that's what I've bought. You can tell I've had this plane for a while because I have a brand new original 200 plus 60 amp to use in this, as well as one of these. Hope it's me that's stapled that on, that's awful. Becks. They are incredibly cheap from Hobby King, but I've never ever had one fail. In fact, actually, depending on what I'm doing, I might not need one of those. Might supply it anyway, just in case. Anyway, in terms of FPV stuff, battery actually will just be a 5004S. Whether it be one of the 5200 10Cs or I'll just get a 5020C or whatever, it'll be fine. It pulls about 45-50 amps at max, so even a 10C 5200 is fine. In terms of FPV, I'll be using TBS Crossfire for the radio. For FPV, we'll have, well, you say FPV and then talk about FPV. I've got the iNav wing board, and obviously a GPS for that. There'll be the TBS Crossfire. I think I'm just going to go for the Nano SE. I don't think I need diversity on this. And then actually for FPV, I've got some of the Nano Tank transmitters. I've got the little tiny 20x20 ones, which are usually for small ones. I've also got the big daddy, big boy one that needs a lot of cooling. So I might need to 3D print, because there are a lot of 3D parts of FreeBase for this, with like more of a scoop. Possibly even put a hole in the back to let the air out to cool that monster down. I'm going to go 5.8 on this just because I want to have Crossfire in it, and the 1.3 stuff is just a bit scary on Crossfire at the minute. I have now, because I've got rid of my original Dart, the Nano receiver from this in here. No, I think it's in the TBS box. But the Nano is UHF, so I could have that and 1.3 if I wanted to. But I think we'll stick with 5.8. As I say, this isn't meant for going maximum distance. It's meant to be going a relative distance quite quickly and efficiently. In terms of cameras, this is the biggest conundrum. What I do like about this nose, because it's a nose where I'm going to have to cut the camera into the nose. This area here, and then this area here, I do think I'd be able to go on those split cameras in. So I have like this sort of PCB up here and the camera in the front. But those cameras I've just really not got on me very well. The Cadex one in the drift is a good placement for it, but I have to remember to turn the camera off before you unplug, otherwise it loses all the footage. The Cadex camera, I'll be brutally honest with you, needs to be sold and a run cam put in it, because you can unplug the run cam, it might lose the last few seconds at the end, but that's normally when you're picking it up anyway, so you'll miss a crash, possibly, but they're not meant for crashing. Well, this one can take it. So I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a run cam 2 and a Swift or something like that. I don't really know. You can also, on Thingiverse, get plenty of front ends of these. So you cut this front end off and have a 3D printed end on, and you can swap them out if you change cameras or whatever. I don't know what I'm going to do, because that does look about thick enough so I could mount a GoPro if I really wanted to on the front, just on the front. Might be the retirement place of the Hero 4 that I have. Now I have a Hero 9. But yeah, I think that is going to be the end of this episode. In the next one, I'll get the video on how to build it up on the MacBook, and then we will have a look at starting the build on it. I hope you've enjoyed it and you're excited about this. It's a while since a mini Drak has really been on anybody's channel recently. So if you like it, please like. If you are new here, subscribe to carry on with the build of this. If you have any questions or feedback or anything like that, feel free to leave it in the description, in the comments, sorry, down below. And yeah, I'll see you later. Goodbye.